Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Badfish, long time no see. I do apologize for the break-in videos. I started a new job, so YouTube's coming in a bit of fits and starts right now. But anyway, welcome back to Gone Gaming, and today guys I wanted to show you a cool new game that just entered early access on Steam yesterday, I believe. It's called Timberborn. I wanted to show you guys because it's a city builder that I've been interested in. I've kind of been following it for a little while, and it's based around a post-apocalyptic world and beavers, believe it or not. I mean, you probably do believe it if you clicked on the video. You're probably interested in the game. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a little bit of the early game for you guys, just kind of show you the game and some of the beginning portions to get your city set up, and yeah, just show you a cool game. So we're gonna go ahead and load it into a new game. We're just gonna do the base faction here, the Folktales. They're easygoing but hardworking. Folktales are expert farmers. They respect nature and it rewards them with plentiful bounties. Their motto: comfort, food, and sturdy wood. So they're hobbit beavers, essentially. That's the vibe I'm getting from these guys. They're chilling out, smoking their pipe weed, and farming and eating second breakfast. So we're gonna go with the Folktales, and we're just gonna do a base start here right on the plains, which is recommended to begin with. There is a little bit of a tutorial that kind of helps you get set up with like very basic things. So we will basically start there and kind of just start the base of our little town here. Maybe we'll continue with the series if it gets some traction, but let's get into it, see what's going on. We're just gonna do normal, and let's get started. Yeah, so it's gonna load in, and I did forget to mention this is developed by Mechanistry Studios, I think. So they are the developer on this game, and honestly I think for an early access build it's really good. I haven't had too many bugs, and the simulation itself seems to be running very well, and I think it's going to be one of those early access games that you're just going to kind of get more content for and kind of go from there. So here we are with our little district center here. All of our beavers just ran out. They have no idea what's going on. So we have this kind of cool little peninsula here. You'll notice this is very green and this is not very green. So basically the green part, that's arable land. That's where you can actually farm, and obviously there's like bushes and trees and things over here. Everything else over here is dead. So one of the main kind of gameplay loops of Timberborn is there's a drought that comes every couple of days, every few cycles, and essentially it just wipes out everything. The river dries up, everything's terrible, and you can't grow anything, so you have to get ready for that. So I'm hoping to kind of run this episode to that first drought, get us set up, and kind of hopefully survive. I've had a couple death spirals when I first started because I didn't really know what I was doing. There is this tutorial down here. Build a lumberjack flags and mark some trees in its range for cutting. All buildings used by beavers must be connected to a district center with a path, so connect the two as well. So basically we're gonna start just by getting our wood going here. It's a beaver game, so you gotta have plenty of lumber going on. So we're gonna set up these lumberjack flags here and connect them with a path. So kind of do want to do some of that. Yeah, some of this. Ooh. I don't like that path, but whatever. All right, cool. So we got those connected up. Now you do actually have to set a zone for what they can actually cut with trees. From what I found in the beginning, just get all of them in there. You're gonna eventually get forestry, and you're gonna be able to replenish trees within this arable land again. Trees do get affected by droughts, but I haven't had a drought long enough to kill one, so we're gonna get started there. Let our beavers go do their thing. Go do your things, beavers. So they're gonna go build these, and some people are gonna just start working there automatically. Some beavers, I should say. Cool, so we got lumber going. So the next move that they want you to do is a water pump. Now, I don't know if this is the best move, but this is the move I like to do because I think it looks nice. So right now there's no water over here, which is an issue, of course. But we can demolish this barrier here, and eventually we will get access to different things. You'll see in landscaping there's dams, levees, floodgates, all that cool stuff, so you can kind of control water. Irrigation and water also obviously very big in this game. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're not connected. Whoop. Let's fix that. Connect him on up. Get rid of these so it doesn't look ugly, because I like to make any city I can look beautiful. If you didn't know already. Go watch my city skyline stuff, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, let's connect you here, my friend. And we're going to kind of jut it out this way. So we just got rid of that barrier, so you'll see the water starting to flow on in here. And let's go ahead and put in a water tank. So, water tanks, real fun. I thought you only needed like 1 or 2 in the beginning. Turns out you need a whole bunch of them to actually survive that drought I was talking about. So let's go ahead and throw, I want to just go right ahead and make 3. That helped me get through the first drought. Eventually you can go to like 4. I don't know the exact numbers of how many like tanks one pump can fill, but it seemed to have worked out well for me last time, so we're gonna just do that. And it looks like we also need to build a gatherer's flag. So the gatherer, you know, they do what it says on the tin. They're gonna go gather stuff. So anything within that range, I'll show it to you again just so you can see it. Anything within that range right there, that nice colorful teal, that is where they're going to be able to gather from, which is basically these bushes. Cool. Let's speed up the time here, let our beavers go do their thing. I'll put this to high priority real quick so we can just get that built and get someone gathering food. Good. So while they're building that, I already know what the tutorial is going to tell us to do next. It wants us to build storage, which is a good move. I don't know if it's necessary right away, but you know what? The tutorial tells us to do it. Let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and kind of throw in our log storage. You know what? Let's put it over here. So it's kind of in the middle of those two. And then food storage, small warehouse. I guess that should just go right there since our food is right there. And eventually we're going to build farms. Maybe I'll do the farms here. I don't know. So let's go ahead and build that. So they will go ahead and do those. I don't want them to build these right away. I just need 1 water tank for the time being. Okay, cool. So they're building that one. And then they'll go build everything else. And I don't think they use axes. I think they just bite the trees down, which is great. I mean, it makes sense. They're beavers, you know, who can make water pumps and things like that, but for some reason don't wear clothes. I don't know if they get clothes later. Good question. So they are going and doing their thing, making buildings. The one thing I do hope they add in the future, which would be kind of cool, is like some more building animations. I always love that. I don't know if you guys have ever checked out the game Ostriv, but that's another early access city builder. Maybe I'll do a video on that someday, but they have great, well, it's a single developer. So I believe it's a he, has great building animations. They're awesome. So I do hope eventually something like that happens in this game. If not, not a big deal. Simulation and the game still runs great. And look at those beavers go. Let's check them out. Ooh, get some nice camera angles for you guys. Look at those beautiful beavers. All right, cool. So I think we have everything built. So that is the end of the tutorial. Sweet. So let's plan out our next couple moves before the drought comes. So I like to do food right away. So let's go ahead and build a farm. From what I've noticed, one farm can, you know, basically handle a pretty large amount of fields. Like I think we'll be able to fill all of this up more or less. What I'm going to do is actually put the farmhouse on this side and then put the orders to plant crops. So that's the other thing too. What I've noticed in this game is your orders for like people to actually do their job. So like it's great that you have a farmhouse once that's built. However, they won't actually do anything until you tell them to. So what we're going to do, let's just do some carrots, some potatoes. Gotta have some potatoes. You can boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. And more carrots. And maybe another little potato patch. Or 2. I hope that's not too much. I don't think it will be. We'll find out. They're still doing their thing. They're gonna build these eventually. I think this should be high priority. All I'm doing is just going in and changing construction priority. You can actually do that from the assign priority tab over here if you want. I just click into the buildings. I don't know. I think maybe I'm just more used to that. So I'm gonna build the farms there, and then we need some housing so people can be happy that they live here and not miserable. So let's go ahead and what I've noticed is there's two different kinds of lodges when you start. One has a door there, one has the door on the other side. So I like to flip them and have my doors at the four corners. So see, that water tank is already filled up. So that is why we went ahead and said we're gonna have a third water tank. And basically my reasoning for that is, you'll see, when the drought comes, these guys chug through water. So you want to make sure that you have enough. So let's go ahead and set that to regular priority. So they'll make that. And our farmers are already going, so that's great. We're building some houses. It lacks materials. Great. Not great. Ooh, you already cut all of those down. Good job, Chief. This guy's doing well too. And then the last thing, well, not the last thing I'm going to build. That'd be a really disappointing city builder game if that was the last thing I'm going to build. But I'm going to build an inventor. So this guy produces science points. You can see the little bar up here on the top left. That's your science. Essentially, the way science works in this game, for what I've seen, is it's basically like any other resource. You generate it as time goes on from someone doing a job. In this case, the inventor job. And basically it'll just tally up, and then you can use it on different things that are locked. So like this costs 250 science. It takes quite a while to generate that much. I think this guy only does 3 per go, and it typically, I don't know how many he does in a day. I feel like it's like 4 or 5 from what I've noticed. Could be wrong there, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. But you know, you want to start getting that generating pretty early, I feel like. Again, not an expert in this game, don't know the math behind it. I just think it's neat, one to show people. So the first drought should be coming pretty soon. In my experience, it usually comes after like 6 or 7 days. And then, you know, just everything gets real gross. So beavers going on, building. Got our nice little fields over here. Getting going, and you can build some really cool cities in this game. One thing that's real cool about it is certain buildings are considered sturdy, and if you didn't see the air quotes, obviously you didn't, I'm not on camera, there was air quotes there, whatever that means. So basically, if they're sturdy, they can hold other houses or buildings on top of them. So like I think the lodges are, I feel like the warehouse should be, but you can get kind of vertical with it. You can have suspension bridges and all that cool kind of stuff. I have not gotten even close to that far. I've only survived a couple of droughts so far. And one thing I learned last night, I was having some issues with population not growing. And I found out it's that you need to have empty slots in your housing. So if you basically build just enough houses for your people, you're only going to have that many people. So if you build another house and then, you know, your population kind of disperses a little bit to where there's 2 people in, or 2 beavers, excuse me, in a house, they will then make a baby, and that baby will grow into your glorious beaver workforce. So housing, there's a little quick tip for you. It wasn't explained in the tutorial. Like I said, it's a little bit bare bones. So they're going to finish up building all this. Our farms are still going strong. We have 3 unemployed people, so we can start building some more jobs. So let's see what we got. The grill is going to be important, not as important right now, considering we don't have potatoes yet. So from what I've seen, potatoes, the way they work is they're actually a resource. They'll go over here in materials first. They have to get grilled at the grill to be edible, which, like, I get it, you would rather have a baked potato, but like I feel like you can still eat a raw potato. Would it be enjoyable? No. But could you do it? I think you could. So just my 2 cents there on the potatoes. So we'll build that grill. We don't need it right now, so it will go on to low. This guy is getting built now, or no, this guy's getting built now, and then they'll build our inspector over here, so that'll take care of 2 of our unemployed, and then we'll still have 1 to go. So Just let them do all that, build it all up. And that one's getting built now. Cool. So like I said, they go through trees pretty quick. I mean, they're beavers, it makes sense. So you want to have that whole thing set to cut. Otherwise, you will get into a position where you won't notice that they've run out of trees, and it's just not a good time. And, you know, these trees are growing too, so they will eventually grow. The forest kind of replenishes itself somewhat. Eventually, you will clear cut it, though, so you will want to get a forester as soon as possible. It is 60 science to get the forester, so we have our science building up and running now, so they will start generating science starting tomorrow. And you know, let's make our working hours just a little bit more. You know, we want to keep them happy, but we also, you know, don't want to die when the drought comes, which I'm surprised it hasn't by now. But they're building up our grill now. Our potatoes are 60%-ish pretty much, so they will you know, get grown and then grilled over here and turned into food. And then we still have one unemployed person, and I think they are going to turn into our... Yeah, so we need planks. Excuse me. We need planks to build the forester, so we are going to need a lumber mill. And lumber mills are fun, so we'll put him right by... Eventually, I want to put our forester over here, so this is going to kind of be where our wood is. So lumber mills need power, and power, you guessed it, comes from the water. So we do need to build a water wheel out here, and then we need to build a power connection from said water wheel to the building over here. This is going to take a while to build because this is 15 planks or logs. This is 50 logs, so those aren't going to get built for a while. Ooh, your beavers are happier than ever. You've reached a new well-being high score. Great job, everybody. Glad you're so happy. It keeps giving me construction, lacks materials. Like, I understand that, but we are still making, like, lumber. The issue, I realized, too, it might be more efficient to just put both of your lumber spots right here right away and just have them clear cut from there, because this guy is having to go cut trees over here and then come back, and I think pretty much everything within his range is out by now too, so that's probably an issue as well. So he can only really cut these trees as they grow in. Yeah, whoops. Well, lesson learned. Maybe what we do is this. Let's just build another lumber jack place here. And let's put this to high priority so they build that first. And what we're going to do is just pause that one, click it off. You will not start cutting trees until we actually have a forester over here replenishing our trees. That sounds good. And yeah, I mean, right now we have like a survivable little township going on, a little beaver haven going on here. So eventually, you know, what I think I might do is try to build up onto over here. You can eventually do like landscaping and things, and you know, kind of irrigate further inland if you want with the water, or even set up like multiple towns, because essentially these districts here occupy, or act, excuse me, not occupy, as your like government buildings. So you could put one down like all the way over here and have another little town over here. I know they call them districts, but I just consider them towns essentially. One thing I am interested in, I noticed in my playthrough I was doing by myself, that this deep part of the water seems to retain some water during the drought. So I do wonder if eventually you can build like stilted houses or anything over this and maybe use it to farm during the drought. I don't know. Probably not, but you know, that'd be nice if that was a thing. So we are now building our water wheel. That is going to take quite a little bit of time. I don't know if we're going to make it to the first drought since it still hasn't come yet, and I feel like this is already a pretty long intro or early game episode. Who knows, maybe it'll hit right before. It is going to take quite some time to actually get this built. But now they are harvesting our potatoes, and you can see here potatoes do go into the materials section over here. And then once they're grilled, they go into the food section. So if you just are growing potatoes and you don't have a grill, You are SOL, as they say, because you can't eat those. Your beavers can't eat those. And like, they're beavers, man. Come on. They have huge giant teeth that literally gnaws through trees. Like, look at this. And they can't eat a raw potato. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why it upsets me so much. Okay, cool. So we do have a drought incoming in about 3 days. So we will get to that. Maybe what I'll do is maybe I will go ahead. Actually, you know what? We want to see this water wheel built. Construction site is too far from builders. Build a new path. Oh, that's why it's not getting built. Learn something new every day. Didn't get an update for that, though. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I don't think they can reach it from that side. We're going to have to go like that. Whoop. So let's go ahead and delete that path we put down. If you ever want to delete things, multiple things at a time, there's this demolish resource tab over here. Building or resource tab, I should say. Yes, I would like to delete that because I shouldn't have put it there. I should have noticed that the logs were piling up and this was not getting built. Cool, so they will build that now. And then we will hopefully get a lumber mill going. And I'm already not doing the thing I said I'd do, and I'm not building more houses. So let's go ahead and pop in a couple houses right here. We'll just do 2. And the only reason I'm spacing them out is for the aesthetics, because I like it like that. I think it's a little bit nicer than just having giant block housing. You know, this isn't a communist beaver state. We're not just doing giant block housing. We want them to have a little bit of, you know, unique footprint, unique building. So now this guy is running. Woo! Nice. Very happy about that. Someone is working there. So what they're going to do is start taking some of these logs over here and converting them into planks, which then means we can build our forester. And do we have enough science? Yes, we do. We have 93 science. It costs 60. Yes, I would like to unlock that for 60 science points. And let's go ahead and we'll put him right next to that lumberjack spot right there. And then I think the plan, we don't need, I don't know if we need these anymore. Let's try it out. I don't think we need this path anymore. Let's get rid of that. Yep. Okay, it's still running. No one's yelling at me, so I'm going to say that is fine. And then we're going to have this guy plant all the trees. He's going to build his own forest, and it's going to look grand. And I don't think we have, do we have anyone working at the forester yet? Ooh, we'll just wait for this child to grow up, I suppose. I don't know how, where is this child? You're age 5? I don't know how many years you up here you go. Oh my god, why is he, oh, he's green because I have him selected. I was like, I don't think juvenile beavers are green. And we are out of storage. That's rough. Let's build another one. Do I want it to be closer to the farm? Aesthetics, man. It's always aesthetics. And nice, we don't even have to build more pathing for it. And we're just going to let the drought happen, which it is about to. We have enough food. Will we have enough water? We'll find out, kids. But buckle up. So you're going to see the drought's going to come in. Everything's just going to quickly die. It's really abrupt. Like, it's kind of mean, almost. I don't know how long this thing takes to drain. I feel like that's going to take a while. Maybe I should just move down there. Seriously? This doesn't... Man. I should just move like 100 yards that way. That would be okay right now. So, all of these are going to die. None of them are even close to being grown yet. So, that's rough. But I think we have, yeah, we have a good stockpile of food. I think I had like 175 once and we still made it. We have 75 water, which is a little worrisome. So the drought is going to last 2 days. So we'll get through it, and then hopefully by the end of this, we'll make it and we won't die. Let's see here. Do we have a forester now? We do. He's hanging out up there because he can't plant trees when the ground looks like that. The whole earth is chapped. Oh, okay, cool. So this does empty out. But like I said, this stays. So I'm really wondering if eventually I can build like on the second level or something, get stilted houses over here, and then during the drought just utilize this as like a water source. Or I don't know if farming will be worth it at all considering how long it takes. Like maybe carrots grow that fast. I'll have to check. But that is something to be noted. Very interesting, that little kidney bean over there. All right, we got 1 day left, ladies and gents, and then hopefully our beavers will make it and we will sign off on this episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I will kind of get back into a bit of a groove with YouTube. But yeah, like I said, you know, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this, or, you know, check out my other stuff, my City Skylines videos. You know, I got quite a few up there if you want to see those, or if you just enjoy city builders in general and transportation games, things like that. This is the channel for you. So we still have enough water here. Yeah, they're gonna make it easy with water. Food, still gonna make it easy. So we survived. So that is a survivable little township for that first route there. We have plenty of space for more kids, which it looks like we just got another one. Great. And yeah, it looks like we got a good little start here. So like I said, there's a lot to do in this game moving forward. You can expand on your power system. As you can see, there's leisure buildings, there's different decor options. Not a ton yet. I do hope to see that increase. Hopefully modding's added eventually. There's monuments and things like that. You know, bakeries, a mill, and, you know, all the staples of kind of like that banished city survival building game. But I do think it's a fun package, and I always enjoy games that have a good theme, and I definitely think you know, throwing the beavers in there is pretty fun. So the drought has ended. The water will come back eventually. We'll wait for that rush of water to come through, and then we'll call it an episode, friends. This is also interesting. Ooh, that could be fun later. Come on, water, where you at? I hear it. At least I think I hear it. Oh. You feel like this should cause some sort of like splash over. Again, I'm used to playing City Skylines, and the water in that game would just like literally take out all of these beavers right away. So there we go. We made it through the first drought, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out Timberborn on Steam. Wishlist it if you're interested, or go out and get it if you're eager. And, you know, if you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. Maybe we'll keep going with the series. And, yeah, again, my name's Badfish, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.